Hey everyone, we've just got news that the new Cookidoo has just launched in Australia. So let's log in and just take a little look. So this is my first time logging in and having a look. So just let's have a look here. So I go menu and log in. So put in your user ID and password and then we sign in. I did this on my computer. There was some terms and conditions that you have to read. And then once you're in, it looks like this. I'm using my phone right now, so it looks a bit different than a computer because on the computer, under the little area over here, the search Cookidoo, there is a filter just on the side. But if you're using a phone, on the top right, there's a magnifying glass. Just click on that. And say, for example, I'm interested in looking at Chinese recipes, like from China or Taiwan. So I go to filter. And then we scroll. You can see that there's several different filters. You can scroll by categories or filter by ingredients. For example, you've got chicken in the fridge. You can just click on chicken and then you can see what kind of chicken recipes you can choose, which is great. Very good for me because I've got lots of things to clear in my freezer. Prep time, total time, portion, especially for say for myself and my hubby, we're like 2 person, or we can go as many as greater than 8 people, for those with large families. All right, and for the country, and obviously you can see the Thermomix version. There is TM5, the upcoming TM6, and TM31. So the volume for TM5 and TM6 are identical. However, the TM6 has additional function that the TM5 doesn't. For example, it can go at a high temperature, but only using recipes. Whereas TM31 users, please be mindful that the volume is only 2 liters, whilst the 5 and 6 they are 2.2 liters. So I'm just going to explore the Chinese recipe for today. So I'm just going to show all countries and have a little browse. Where are we? China, and then we've got Taiwan. Okay, so let's explore these 2 countries. We then, if I just scroll bottom, you can see you can choose what kind of Chinese you want, simplified or traditional. Let's look at both, and we'll just not filter it. Just show everything, and go show results. So on this first screen, it shows by recipes. Okay, so what we want to do, if you want to scroll this, so you can. And for example, if you scroll and you find that, hey, this is very interesting. Say you've got some this is the Buddha what do you call that? Can't remember what it is called. I'll find out. So this particular recipe calls for this 4手瓜, okay? And then you can obviously see whether it's difficult or easy, serving size, what the ingredients and the method at the bottom, which I'll not show, maybe because due to privacy. And then if let's say you want to obviously add it onto your collections or bookmark it, you can do so, okay? And if let's say you want to cook it on, say, Saturday, you can add to your week, okay? And then you can obviously add to your shopping list as well. Alright, so let's go backwards. So in the old Cookidoo, it should be the same, but say for example we want to cook the one on the right side, this particular one. So there's 3 little dots. If I click on that, I can also do the same bookmark or add to my collections and things like that. Okay, so which is similar to the older version. I'm just gonna give it a test, and let's say I'm just gonna add it to collections. So I can obviously add maybe Chinese recipe to try. Okay, I can save it there. There we go, it has been saved. And if I want to look at collection, that means rather than by recipe, by books, and so we go on the top left and then hit by collections, okay, and then this will appear. Okay, and then Say for example, there's this chiffon cake that looks interesting. I go to this one, just click on it, and then you can obviously see, what are the recipes within this collections, or also known as book. Okay, and then say for example, I would like to make this particular chiffon cake, so I click on that, and then again I can obviously share this recipe now. So this good function is that you can share a recipe to your family and friends, and they'll have the recipe, but only the ingredients. Okay, but for the steps, you do have to have a Cookidoo account to get the instructions for the steps. Now, alright, so now if we want to add to your bookmarks, you can. So there we go, you just bookmark it. Okay, and then you can see the ingredients. So if you're on Google Chrome like me, you can possibly click on the translation here, and then you can see the ingredients are translated, okay, and the preparation as well. So for those who do not read Mandarin, or need a little bit of helping hand in terms of the translation, so this would be really good to use. But just be mindful that Google Translate is not 100%. It sometimes will translate funny. Okay, so let's go backwards. Go backwards again. So there's now heaps of recipes that you can add on, or heaps of books that you can add on. So say for example, I'll choose this this particular recipe that has a dim sum. So okay, let's go there. And let's say I really love these collections in here. Okay, so what I do is, instead of adding one by one recipe, I can add the whole book. So you can see here saved. I can save it. There we go. And then it will be on my it should be under my save recipes. Over here you can see some of the books that I've already saved. Okay, and also my actual books that I have. And for all the mummies out there, this whole food child is the latest books that's Thermomix has released. Very interesting and very yummy and very delicious, so you should have a look later when you've got time. Okay, what else can we have a look? Okay, so for those people who like to plan, okay, maybe I will use this as soon as I obviously clear out my freezer. But for those who like to plan, say for example we do a little exploration and say, alright, I'm just gonna say that I've got pork in the fridge, and it gives you a whole list of what uses pork. And say for example I want to cook this pork vindaloo, okay, and then I can say I don't want to cook it today, but I can add it to my week, okay, and say I want to cook it on Saturday the 15th. Alright, and I hit save. There we go. And then let's have a look to see whether it automatically populates the shopping list. I'm not too sure, but let's have a look. Interesting. Did it not refresh? Nothing planned yet. Not today. Show all. So it says pork vindaloo there, which is great. Let's go backwards. Shopping list. So the shopping list now do not auto populate. So in the past, if you click on a recipe to add onto your listing, the shopping list will automatically come about, but it appears that it doesn't. So what we can do is, I guess early on when we add to the dates, we can also add it to the shopping list. Okay, so add to shopping list. And then what I'm going to do is, how you work the shopping list is, you go over here and you look where is the shopping list over here, click on show ingredients. Alright, so So you go through the ingredients and see what you've already got in your pantry. So I've already got brown sugar, which I don't need, fenugreek seed, poppy seed, I don't have, water, I don't need them. So it appears that what I do need to find, I'm a bit busy this evening, in the when I do marketing is some fenugreek seed, poppy seed, meat I mentioned I've got pork, we'll just use pork, ghee with the fine olive oil I've got in the pantry, ginger, and there we go. Okay, so it's list what I've already got, and then we should be able to email this list to ourselves. There we go. We can share. Alright, and you can copy this, and then we can obviously hop onto our emails, and we can obviously paste it over there. Alright, done. So now let's go back there. Okay. Alright, close this off. Let's see. Okay, very interesting. So have fun exploring. Alright, and I'm just gonna do an experiment and see whether I can, search in Chinese, because if I search just using the word pork, the recipes in China and Taiwan doesn't appear. So I'm just gonna experiment there to see whether I can search in Mandarin. Oh no, alright, maybe because of the filter. Alright, I'm just gonna do everything. Really? Okay, the show. So we remove the Australian filter because it says only search Australia. So now if I just remove it and it search all the countries, so you can see all the recipes in Chinese appear. So it appears that it doesn't search directly to the China or Taiwan website using the English version of the word. You have to use the Chinese version. Okay. Alright, if you've got question, feel free to email me on hellothermomix@gmail.com or visit www.hellothermomix.com and drop me a message anytime and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.